I'm going to show you the SMS function of our controller. So by using your smartphone, you'll be able to give control commands, or you'll be able to receive the recloser status through your smartphone. So this is the general concept of the connection. So in our controller, you connect the GSM dial modem. So the modem will have its own number, and then of course you will have your phone with your number. So they will try to connect. They will try to communicate each other so that you can leave comment or you can get the status report. So here, this is the concept. First, when your cell phone gives command to the modem, which you will have a command, the password and the command. Then the modem will send the command to the controller. The controller will operate the switch gear. Then the switch gear will have a status change. In that case, now the switch gear will again report to the modem that its status is now changed, closed, and then modem will report back to the smartphone that the switch gear is closed. And these are the command functions that was requested previously by the EDC. So first function is changing the password. So this is changing the password of our relay module, and then whenever you want to give command to the relay, you need to input this password. So, for example, this is the control command. X is what you need to put in, and then the password is 1234. For example, your old password was 1234, but if you want to change to 9999, then by the SMS, you send X1234 and X9999. Then the password will be changed from 1234 to 9999. So then Recloser will send you back to the smartphone that the password is now 9999. This will be your response. So you can also change the user by giving the password, and then P1 is the user 1, and then you put the number of the user that will be registered in this function. Then when you send this command, now you will get user 1 PAL number is this number. So this is how you change the user registered in our SMS function. And you can also delete the user. You can put the password and then put the user will be deleted, which is user 2. P1 to P5 will be like user 1 to user 5. And then you put +0 or +0000. This means when the sum of these numbers are 0, then the user registered in P2 will be deleted. So this number of zeros doesn't matter. Only the sum of these numbers, if the sum of the number is 0, it means your P2 will be now deleted. And you can also request for the status. So if you put password and then input status here, your recloser will report the status by the SMS. So you will be able to see the RCS open, means recloser open or remote enable, control lock or recloser enable. So these are some binary inputs or the recloser status that you will be able to check through the phone. And this is a switch control. You set password close or password open, then it will make the recloser to open or close. And you can also set the time, password, time, and your time wanted, and then you will get response that time is saved, and then if you check the time in the recloser, it will be changed to the time that you have sent the message. And you can also check the signal status of the modem, like the RSSI. So if you send X, it's 1234 password, and then signal, then you will receive that your signal status is, for example, -53 dBm. So you have to be aware the command control of these functions. And to successfully connect with the SMS function, you need to first configure the internal parameter of the modem, and then you need to also configure the parameter of our controller. So here is the software of the modem. So the modem that you supply will be the brand of the Maestro. It's the GSM 2G modem. And then this brand has its own software, just like our own interface software. So by downloading and installing this software, you can change the parameters inside this modem. So this software looks like this. So this is the software that I just downloaded from the Maestro website, and this is to change the setting with the modem. So this modem setting and our controller setting should be equal in order for them to connect it. If their setting is different, then it will not connect anymore. So let me first show you changing the settings. So you connect this modem, you connect the power, and then this modem will be connected to our PC. And then when you first connect the modem with the PC, you have to first click the launch auto detection, because you need to know the baud rate of the modem, and then you need to match it here. Well, in the manual of this modem, they said the default value is the 150,200. This is the default value that the Maestro has written in the manual. But to use with our recloser controller, I recommend to use the 9600. So make it 9600, and then this modem has already been changed to 9600. So I can connect this with my PC right now. So you can see now it is already in the connected status. You can click to disconnect. And then this is the modem status. And then you can give commands here to change the parameters. For example, here, now with this software, these are the important settings that you need to do. So this modem utilizes the method of command called AT command. This is a standard term or standard message defined in the GSM standard. So you just give you the reference that this modem uses AT command, and to change the parameters, you should send this AT command. So in order for you to change the baud rate, which I told you I recommend to use the 9600, then this is the command that you need to send to the modem. AT plus IPR equals 96,100. Then the modem will change to 9600. Whenever I give this command, I will give command go to the terminal menu, and then go to there's a chatting space. You put the command and you enter, then you will see the modem will respond okay, which means now the modem parameter has changed to 9600. So another things are these parameters. So these are all like standard of GSM, so it's not really required to know all the meanings, but I suggest that whenever you give command, you just directly input this command to the modem. So here again in the command box, you put, and then the modem will stand OK, which means they have set this parameter, which is RTS CPS control, as 2 and 2. So you just need to input all the status of this one. So I have already input all the status. In order for you to check the status, you use this command, AT and B. If you give this command, then modem will show you what kind of settings that the modem is currently is. So from here, you can check the baud rate is already 9600. I have just while ago give command that I want to change RTS, ETS to 2 and 2. So just follow this procedure. So you input all these commands, then the modem will be ready to use. And then when the modem is ready to use, you have to also set our controller settings. Here is our controller setting menu. Since this is a GSM modem, we have to utilize a serial port. And serial port, which means it's RS232 port. So since our modem is 9600 now, you have to make same as 9600. And then the most important parameters is line type here. You will be able to see a little another button here. If you click it, you will see this window, and then you make it the setting as line type dialog, and then you make same as this setting. If I show you in our ETIMS, so here is the setting of our controller. You go to the relay setup here, and then you go to the port settings, and then you see here RS232, which is the settings for our serial port. Okay, so you have to first check the line speed, which is the baud rate, and I made the modem as 9600. So from here, you select 9600. And then you just leave the other parameter as the default value. The parity bit should be none. Data 8, stop 1. The most important is the line type here. Go to the button here. You will see the line type. We can choose either 2, 4, but you have to select the dialog because it's a dialog modem. And then you set the call string as ATD, modem initial string as like this. And then you just leave other parameters, and then you press OK. So you need to set this parameter port setup in order to connect with the modem. And then you should again set the communication protocol. In case of GSM, we have to use the DMP 3.0 protocol. So you go, instead of port setting, there is a communication setting in the below menu. You go to the communication, there is a DMP 3.0. So first, you have to enable this. If this is disabled, it will not work. So you have to first enable the setting. And then, since we are using this port, you have to use the RS232 port. And your master address will be 60,000, and the slave address will be 1. Which means our slave address will be 1, and with the modem, your phone modem will be the 60,000. So this master will know the slave address 1 in order to send the message. And for other parameters like IP settings or the class information, this is when you utilize the SCADA, and then this is when you connect the DMP 3.0 using the Ethernet port. So you don't need to be concerned about this. So what you need is to enable the function, select the serial port, and just give the address of the master and slave. So when your setting is complete, then it's your turn to connect with the modem. So now instead of connecting to the PC, you have to connect to the side port of the relay module. So in the side panel, there is some serial ports here. You connect in the first one. If all the settings are matched, then it will be connected. And then, in order to register the user who will be commanding or who will be receiving the